Aloha everyone, my name's Tracy and I'm here to talk about the Warlord. Now the Warlord is a legendary dual assault rifle that you probably haven't heard a whole lot about. Well, some of you may have, but you don't hear a lot about it. And it's not a great gun, it's not a boss killer by any means, but it is a really good gun that's really cool and fun to use. Now I acquired mine farming Gigamine on Mayhem 2 a few days ago. But I didn't start messing with it till yesterday while I was experimenting with a build on my Siren here. And I very quickly fell in love with the gun, so I started doing some research and looking around. And I found a few mentions in social media, all of them generally positive. I chatted with one guy who said he used it for 10 to 15 levels on his first playthrough. But I only found one actual video on the gun, and that was by DigFig. He posted a very short video on September 15th. So he played with a variant during pre-release that he got from Grave Ward on Mayhem 3. So right now this appears to be a world drop. Okay, I will link or try to link his video in the comments below, but I'm new to this YouTube thing, so if that doesn't work out, just go to YouTube and search DigFig space Warlord and he should be the first one that comes up. Okay, and DigFig had really good things to say about this too. He basically said it's a no frills, reliable, consistent performer with good accuracy, good handling, and great ammo efficiency. Okay, and I agree. I would basically classify this in a nutshell as a hyper accurate AR that you can fire for a very long time. Okay, especially if you have the right build. And let me show you what I'm talking about here. Let's take a look at the gun at least. Okay, so that's the gun. I like the paint job, kind of low key, like the skull. Stats are for level 50, 559 damage, pretty good. 78% accuracy, that's pretty good. 75% handling, which I think is very good and very important. I think it's very important to why this gun performs the way it does. But none of us really has a really good understanding of how handling works, so that's an educated guess. Reload's a little slow, but my character has perks and whatnot that can deal with that. Fire rate 8.40 rounds per second, that's pretty good. And a very large magazine, 49 rounds. Now, the red text says, "My gun sings for your blood." My understanding is this is a paraphrase of a quote from Diablo. It goes, "My blade sings for your blood, mortal, and by my dark masters it shall not be denied." That's from the Warlord of Blood in Diablo. That was posted by John Eisenhart, or Isenhart, in a comment on DigFig's video, so shout out to him. Now, the gun also has plus 38% weapon accuracy, which is figured up here. It's also got two sights that give you 2.9 and 4 power zoom. I'll show you how that works. Most legendaries have some special ability you have to figure out, but this one appears to be just what it says right here on the bottom. It has a 30% chance not to consume ammo. Very handy. I will demonstrate that. Okay. Now, my copy is non-elemental, but DigFig's was fire, hence his was called a Searing Warlord. Okay, which leads me to believe that the gun probably comes in multiple elements, which would be awesome. Can't wait for that. But here are the stats side by side, and you can see his one is level 48, so the damage is not as much, but it's only 2 levels, it's not that big of a deal. But the rest of the stats are comparable. Slightly better accuracy, not as good handling, and again, I think that's important. Slightly slower reload time, better fire rate, and a smaller magazine by just 4 rounds. Okay, he's just got plus 44% weapon accuracy though. A slightly different zoom setup, 2.2 by 5x. His has got like a little. Well, I'll show you. I've got a picture of it anyway. If you look at the one that he actually has though, he has different parts, which explains the difference. Now on his, he's got a different foregrip. And I'm pretty sure he's got a different grip, and I'll explain why in a moment. And I think that item underneath the forward barrel might be the elemental conversion effect. I don't know. I'm just guessing here. But if you look at the gun parts on this one, the parts I think are important to the performance are the foregrip and the grip. Because the foregrip, it says right there, minus 30% recoil height. That's important, and I'll demonstrate that. And the grip has minus 30% weapon sway up and down. Again, we're not 100% sure what these numbers and figures mean because Gearbox hasn't really told us. This is also where it says magazine side plus 10%. That's the 4 extra rounds, which is why I think DigFig's weapon has a different grip. Okay. So what's so great about this? What is great about the performance of this gun? I don't think it's any one of these things I just showed. I think it's all of them together, combined with a particular build sometimes to really get the most out of the gun. So let me show you what I mean, at least in terms of some basic performance. What I'm going to do is I want to show you a couple other guns that are kind of similar. I tried to pick high rate of fire ARs with scopes. ARs that fire at least 6 rounds per second and also had fast bullet speed. So I'm not going to show you a Torg because those are slow. I couldn't find a Vladov that actually had a scope, believe it or not. Maybe they're out there, but I couldn't find one. And I want to include this Jacobs. This is a lead sprinkler, but I was actually surprised by this because, okay, one of the things I don't like about Jacobs long rifles, and especially snipers, I think they have too much sway. And you can see right there, they move around quite a bit. I'm not doing that. I'm not moving my mouse. But anyway, by way of comparison, okay, that doesn't go anywhere near the middle. In fact, some of these gearbox, they need to basically adjust the elevation on this gun. This is a lead sprinkler, a legendary lead sprinkler. Okay, but see, it's also a very slow round. I did not realize that until I started doing this testing. Powerful round, but very slow. Not as slow as a Torg baby, but still takes a while to get there. And then if I hold it down, or rather if I spam it, because this is not auto, I'm basically firing the trigger as fast as I can. She really likes to ride up. Okay, so that's one AR, kind of an outlier. Then we have a COV perforator. This guy can fire forever, of course, until he reheats, so that's reloading my problem. Now you'll notice I'm not moving my mouse. This guy is moving all over the place. But it's pretty accurate. You see where the dot is in the middle. Well, that was kind of high. It goes, yeah, it's not as accurate as I thought it was, but still, okay. But it moves around so much that the accuracy doesn't always help. So when you get it to steady up, yeah, it goes right where the dot, well, not always, that was a little low. And if I hold it down, it's all over the place, because I am not trying to move the mouse. Okay, so that's that guy. The last guy I'm going to show you is very close to the Warlord, because it too is a doll. And this is a Puma, I believe. It's a radiation Puma. In fact, let me show you the stats on this gun so you can compare. There's the Warlord. There's the Puma. Less damage, but more accurate. Handling's not as good. Faster reload, faster fire rate, smaller magazine. Okay. This guy has a 2-position sight. Actually, let me see. That top one, this is full auto, wide. And then this is burst fire zoomed in. On full auto, I don't know if you can see that. Okay, that's accurate. That's very good. And then starts to ride up. So this is actually pretty close to the Warlord. Okay, the main thing with this is it's got a small magazine, or smaller, and so it will have to be reloaded more. But take a look at that range. It moves around a little bit, but not bad. That's pretty good. Okay, but it does ride up on the burst fire. And if you're back here, it's hard to tell. It's not bad. It's pretty accurate. Hard to say. Now, last but least is, not least, the Warlord. Now, I got 2 zoom positions here. That's tighter. That's wider. That's 2.2 and that's 4. Oops, hang on. That's 4 power. Now, they're both full auto. So, boom. See, there's a little bit off, but by and large, it's going where the dot is. It might be slightly off. Okay, and also if you look down in the lower right there at the counter, 36, 35, 34, 33, come on, 31, 30, 30, 29, 28, 27, 27. Okay, so 30% chance. The other thing, that's a manual reload. I have a tendency to do that. Okay, is at range, it's pretty darn accurate. It's going where that dot is. So that's what's so cool about it. Okay. Now, so that's the gun. Let me show you the build and the gear and what item I'm going to go demonstrate it. Okay. So the build I'm using, what I'm doing here is a mystical assault tree primary that's going primarily for elemental gun effects. You know, everything in the weapon, obviously. Okay. The action skill helps out, obviously, but I'm trying to bump up the gun effect. So that right there, rush stacks, which increases action skill damage, but that right there increases reload speed, swap speed, mode switch. That increases the chance to apply status effect. That increases reload speed, increases accuracy and critical hit damage. That's cooldown reduced. Allure, or I'm sorry, Ascendant procs up or increases a bunch of other effects, primarily Allure, which is in the next tree over, I believe. From rest, increases fire rate. Increased damage from the action skill, from everything basically after an action skill. Increased gun damage. Okay, what happens here is whenever I kill an enemy with anything, a gun or an action skill, a little black orb pops up and seeks out another enemy and does additional elemental damage. Okay, you'll see those run around. This increases rush stack effectiveness, and then this allows me to pop off my action skill during cooldown once, okay, which is nice. Okay, backing that up is Fist of Elements tree. Okay, this increases status effect damage and duration. That increases weapon handling and accuracy. This is just a point from the class mod. I did not put a point there. Okay, that increases elemental damage and shock damage specifically. Whenever status effect is applied, and it spreads to nearby enemies, so spread chance. This is cool, and this is really kind of important. Whenever a player kills a grasp enemy, their current weapon is instantly reloaded. So you combine that with a 30% chance to not use ammo, and that really helps. I was running out of points here. I put one into Ricochet, just for the heck of it, and one into Catharsis, because that causes enemies, when they die, to explode, dealing elemental damage to whoever else who's nearby. I saved 1 point for clarity as an insurance policy. Basically, this means I'm always healing. You know, I'll never get caught out with low health and looking for a red vial or something like that. Okay. I'm using slotting ties that bind. Main thing here is enemies near the grass target are linked, and any damage dealt to a linked target is shared between all other linked targets. So you'll see these lines go out, and anything that's linked to the main target gets 35% of the damage I do to the main target. Allure creates singularity when I do the action skill. Pulls everybody together, although if you've seen how singularity effects have been working with this and with grenades, it's really tosses them around a lot more. I think it's something that Gearbox needs to fix. They'll get to it. And then shock effect, because we're going up against smaller one. Yeah. And that is the build. Last thing in here, at least, is I'm on Mayhem Mode 1. Because if I'm on normal mode, the enemies in this particular area are only going to be level 17, which would be pointless. I picked this one because minus 20% assault rifles and sniper rifles damage, which means I'm taking a downgrade to my, I'm taking a penalty to the assault rifle, which is I'm using. Also, enemies take 15% less damage from normal bullets and attack, so that's another 15%. So I'm 35% down on my chosen weapon here that I'm trying to demonstrate, on top of the enemy's getting 50% health, 25% shield, and 20% armor bonuses. And I don't care. It doesn't matter. You'll see. Okay. Last thing I need to talk about is the gear. I'm running a Transformer shield, mainly for the 40% chance to absorb bullets. Again, that cuts down on reloads and stuff like that. But it's a good high value, high capacity shield. This is important. This is the Elementalist Legendary class mod. I don't care about the shock resistance. Jacob's weapon damage doesn't matter. The weapon reload speed is really nice, but the important thing here is right there under the perks. Whenever Amara phase grasps an enemy, her action skill element is applied to all nearby enemies. Now, I just mentioned ties that bind and the linking. I'm guessing based on what I'm seeing, that this stacks on top of that. Okay. And the last thing, because grade's not really important here. The last thing is this artifact. This is what I was playing with when I started using this gun. This is the electric banjo. And down the bottom there it says plus 16% shock damage. I'm not really concerned with the resistance. The shock damage, I believe, is just whenever you hit something, 60% of that damage is converted or added on to as shock damage. Okay, they take extra shock damage. But the important thing is the bullet proc chance up there, 20%, which, as from my understanding, is correct. What happens is whenever a bullet hits an enemy, there's a 20% chance that if it procs, nearby enemies will be damaged by electrical damage as well. Okay, and you'll see that happen when you'll see electrical lines, electrical arcs, lightning bolts go out between the enemies. Okay, so that's the build. Let's top off if we need to, and then show you how this works. Let's top off. Okay. Now, I'm going to try... Actually, no, I'm not going to try. I have a tendency to reload unconsciously whenever there's a slight break in the action. It's just a habit. And it's a good habit to get into, so I'm not going to apologize for it. But, so you may not get to see how this thing conserves ammo. But, okay, so we got the guys up top. Let's see if I can... Okay. I can't see. Okay. See, I'm critting at that guy way up there. And you can see the arcs going out between... Oh, occasionally. About this guy. Oh, we got a heavy. Let's go take care of the heavy. Is there a nog? There's a nog back there, too. Now, I have noticed that when a nog has a Maliwan soldier shielded, if you phase grass that shielded soldier, the shield no longer protects him. It's nice. Easy. Uh-oh, don't. Thought she was gonna crash on me. Where's that nog?
You wanna go?
Where's the nog? Is he up there? Oh. Come on, proc you. I'm too close to the barrel behind me. There we go. I got his generator, his dash generator. And you can aim for that. That's how accurate this thing... Yep, easy. Pop your head up. Okay, I just critted him with barely his head sticking up. He's not... Ah. Oh. Oh, where'd you go? He's off. Heavy? Is that a heavy? No? Ah. See, I got the top of his head there. That's how accurate it is. No, didn't get it there. Oh, almost. Got him there. Got him there. Got him there. That is so nice. What do you got here? Oh, and is that a heavy? Is that a war dog? No, kind of. No, it is a war dog. Oh, okay, he's dead. Good, because I hate those guys. There's a nog. I need to deal with him. Nope. Give me the nog. Give me the nog. Give me the nog. There we go. There you go. And I think that's everybody. I've still got over 1,000 rounds. So remember, these guys, these guns do, this gun does 40%? 15, well, 20, 35% less damage than it would in normal mode. And on top of that, they have more, these bad guys have more health, and more shields, and more armor. And you can see what it's doing, and it's just... This is just so much fun. Just very interesting. Let's see, we get more heavies here. We usually get a badass or two. A nog. Oh, good. I'm gonna deal with the nog right away. Get back here, you little rat. Got it? Okay. Let him sneak up on me. Oh. I just ran into that wall. Heavy.
Not gonna hold them forever.
Come on, Heavy, where are you? Too far away. Frostbite. To get that. Having trouble getting his post there.
I am the greatest.
Not moving. Take care of him. Okay, where is it? Uh-oh. I just got hit, direct hit. Let's cool off a little bit, recharge. And you know what? This is what I should have done. Dun, dun. Where's my shock? Shock there. And my safety. Oh, I love the transformer. Ooh, badass storm chucker.
That one needed more training.
Whoa, whoa. Oh, actually, that's fine. Go ahead and chuck all the shock stuff you want at me. I can deal with that. Thank you. I'll take that. There's another nog, though.
Fully energized.
Yeah, I'm not even aiming there. No, he was dedicated. I'll give him that.
Let's go around, huh?
Storm chucker. I think I've heard of that before. I'm okay with that. Where is that? There it is, right there. Got him. Is that another nog? Another nog. Oh, he's toast. Anybody up here? Barrel takes care of him.
Here comes the drop.
You should take care of him. Pop him up. Yeah, that's right. See.
Ready
Ah.
to unleash this power.
Okay, so see the damage reduction there, but still do the job, and it's still a lot of fun to be able to hit that precisely at range. Is I can't tell you how much fun that is. It should be kind of obvious.
I can feel the
That's
power.
fun.
Grabbed an idiot. Who wants the kill? Child's play.
Big one. Oh, two big ones. Oh. Ferocious and a badass ferocious. Jeez, oh. I'm hitting crits. Can't tell. I can't see. Yeah, I was. Okay. I know it's the mouth. 872. I'll leave them. And you'll deal with Private Bean. Or Beans. Is it Beans or Bean? I think it's plural. Well, not plural, but there's an S on there. Now this I'm probably going to switch to another weapon once I strip his shield. We'll see. Got a conference call. We'll see. Let's find out. Oh, there he is.
Who wants the free kill?
So it's not bad. Of course, then he puts his shield up.
Palm of
And
mine.
hit him ah, and I got caught in a reload. Doggone it.
I am brimming.
There he goes. Okay, so mini boss took him down. Let's pick up my Wester gun. And let's go a few more, and then I'll call it a night. I'm not going to take on Trant. I have taken on Captain Trant with this thing, and it's fine for stripping shields, but not so much for taking on his regular health.
Stop struggling.
There's a heavyweight out there. He's toast. There's two heavyweights. And there's also a Nog.
Time for a fight.
Where's the Nog?
I am the greatest. Easy.
I think they're all... No, there's somebody still here. Who's got a grenade? Where are you going? You sit still. Okay, so that's it. That's the Warlord. Tell me what you think. If you've run across these, if you've used them, let me know if you found other parts, other elements, how it handles for you. I really like to know if they're available in other elements besides fire, especially radiation. But let me know if you liked the video. Give me a like. I'm new to this YouTube thing, but hey, let me know if this is helpful. Thank you much. Have a good one.